Hello, YouTube, Twitch, people around the world. It's me, QG, Qui-Gon, and I got my member here, Rob, the glorious one.
Glorious. Yes, sir. Blackout Wrestling. We here.
Yes. And so what I want to bring to the world is something new, something not, somebody else came up with. You could tell it's an idea, So this is the Power Grid, and we're making it right now, and you could be a part of it. And by being a part of it, it's just about being fun and showing love for the things that we love around the world, pop culture, everything, right?
Yep.
And this right here is Blackout Wrestling. And we're just gonna be reacting to things, WWE things. Send it to us, Instagram, Blackout Wrestling. Just send it to us, anything.
Make funny clips, memes.
Yeah.
We here to enjoy it with y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all really are gonna enjoy our chemistry, our jokes that we make. We have very unique wrestling takes compared to the typical wrestling fans. So you guys are in for a wealth of entertainment.
So we reacted to WWE's new age of complex characters. Yeah. Rob, I'm gonna let you introduce this because you want to watch this.
So this is a video by Superkick Studios. For those of you who know wrestling videos and YouTube channels, he's come up and he is literally him and Wrestling Gifts. They're in Plana and there's other ones, World Culture. But to me, Superkick, he's the upper echelon of high quality like wrestling videos. So he's been making a lot of hits, a lot of bangers, and yeah, so shouts out to Superkick Studios. Watch your videos, bro. Love what you're doing.
Let's go.
Documentary.
Bread and butter has always been their storytelling. Whether it's as simple as good meets evil, David versus Goliath, or long-form tales like The Chase of Championship Glory, an underdog versus the Administration Chronicle, the story of one-upsmanship, or a love triangle. But the one thing that hasn't been as consistent as today's WWE is the inner turmoil of the characters who bring these stories to life. Looking up and down the roster, you see nuanced characters that have a fantastic level of depth to them. Some unable to let go of the past, others trying to break free of what they once were, and some just straight up becoming everything that they once despised. Wrestling business for years has had so many different characters.
Bro, I love personally what the New Day doing right now. Fire, bro. So I'm trying to bring in what he's taking in. So new age complex characters. So basically he's gonna bring in basically the new age. We're gonna see some fiends in here. Yeah, we're gonna see some different type of character. All right, quick play. I want to see this now.
Yeah.
Where's this gonna
go?
He goes in depth.
From supernatural beings like The Undertaker to everyman crowd favorites like Stone Cold Steve Austin and even master manipulators like Edge. When you look at some of the larger-than-life characters over the years, from
Edge,
giants to mystical freaks, the hardest thing to do is humanize a wrestling character. How do you make someone who's superhuman relatable? You give them personality traits, jealousy, psychological trauma, justification for actions over the course of harm imposed on the character. Because after all,
and that's what AEW can't do.
Relatable and have human traits.
Hey, pause it. I need to get this out there. I need to get this out there, dog. We're gonna keep it a buck with our opinions. If AEW do some good shit, we're gonna say they do some good shit. If AEW do some bad shit, we're gonna say they do some bad shit. Like what Edge said, we just love wrestling. We just want the best for wrestling. And AEW is not competition to WWE right now. Talk about it in the comment section.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it a buck. So
yeah,
what they're doing with Ricochet, it got potential, but right now, no.
We probably already reacted to that. It's probably already up, y'all. It's probably already up, honestly. Talking ahead of time.
Complexity and depth to modern day characters stands out so much more than ever before. The company has made
an easy hour-long video. Get y'all popcorn, y'all.
Account, where things have taken place over the course of months, years, and in select cases, decades. The company has also made the move to serialize storytelling, meaning that things aren't contained to an episode bubble before a character completely changes.
Give me a brand. Hey, Tropical.
Something so simple that happened in October of the previous year proved to be important 5 months.
I pick Everfresh. I go with Everfresh.
Go Everfresh.
Mm.
Nice.
For juice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't be mad at that. I just picked this up
Nothing
at the
like
gas
that
station.
shit out of a glass.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I agree.
perfect, bro.
I agree. All right, let's get to
Months
this.
down the line, as
Give
you get
us,
a
give
glimpse
us.
of what the
If
character
y'all
is
watching,
thinking.
give us.
This is
some
twofold.
deals,
Now in the
nigga.
WWE, we're able to understand what the character has been going through for the past little bit, and there's continuity with long-term stories.
Gunther,
Rarely
I
in the
love
2010s were you able to sit back and analyze a character's motivations. Occasionally, you get a masterclass like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, where you could go back and see why Shawn was doing what he was doing, why Shawn was driven
Pause
to
it.
insanity and
See, look. I'm like growing up, so I'm 25. So I don't have the what is it called? The past knowledge of the older people that watched Shawn Michaels when he was in his prime, when y'all was in y'all prime and the age of it. So when I was growing up, I had to rewatch all that shit back when him in the 90s fighting Undertaker. So when I watched that, I was like, oh shit, that's the reason why they beef so much. You took away his career. So I'm gonna take away everything you got. That's hot story. That's beautiful storytelling.
Beautiful story. This was peak stuff from WWE. Shawn and Undertaker.
Peak.
obsessed with closure and could only achieve that by throwing everything away and doing everything in his power to get to The Undertaker, even if it meant corrupting his morals. Now these characters with different personalities are more prevalent than ever. There's always more to every story, and the brilliant part is everything is open to interpretation. You actually have to pay attention in the long run. These characters, more than any other era, are commonplace. Let's take a look at some of the recent examples and also dive into arcs that may not have started just yet.
Okay. To some theory arcs.
I'll never forgive you for what you did to us.
Yeah.
I hate you.
When this era is romanticized 10-15 years down the line and TV producers do the deep dive on when these deep-rooted characters became the norm, this is the image that will air in those documentaries. Roman Reigns berating Jey Uso, using superficial sympathy, a phony attitude of trying to help him, and gaslighting to get Jey to do his dirty work and fall in line. What came to the forefront in this was...
Alright, so me and you basically know this story.
Yeah.
So it's you could click play actually. Let's listen to this.
You want to see how he expounds?
Jay's underlying suppression of never being seen as his own man. Always a twin and never able to win. They pulled back the curtain and told us that he wanted to make his family proud, and the spotlight had been taken away from Jey since he was a kid. This is where you meet two of the company's deepest characters, but I want to focus on Roman. Why is Roman a bad guy?
This one he was like, I'm big dog.
This is when he was coming off of that bullshit. That's
okay. But they used the big dog shit somewhat, and then they morphed it into Roman.
Yeah.
This nigga we see right here.
Roman, the big dog, is a big part of this. The reason why he is the way he is now.
Big dog. All right, let's go.
In the first place. The deep roots extend to his inability to let things go. The character of Roman Reigns through his time never betrays anyone. He just treats everyone very poorly. When he trusts, he gets hurt all over again. But what was the turn and dominance a construct of?
Damn, that is true.
Construct of the betrayal of the Shield, and how that recurring chair shot continues to be his downfall every single time. The boogeyman that he just can't overcome. Seth hitting Roman with the chair split the group and sent Roman on his own path, which he wasn't ready for. That ended up bringing Roman the most mentally taxing time of his career, trying to be a good guy and getting humiliated wherever he went.
Technically, you could say this is Vince McMahon's story. Still. Because maybe this is one of them crazy niggas, right? That come up with this idea or this type of shit, and you got to get to the end of it. And maybe this was the end of it. Maybe we love a Vince Roman still. That's a theory. Right. But maybe not. Maybe he was trash.
Point where he had to change his ways and ruled by absolute fear. The thought process being that his adopted brothers turned on him, but his actual family never would. So he slowly built his own version of the Shield, a shield in more ways than one, using that as his safety blanket, and then beating every legend to cement himself as the best version of himself. But if you really look at things, his view is skewed. He thinks that he needs to rule through fear when everyone in the family already respected him. Eventually, it was the guy who set him on this path of destruction who deeply hurt him so much that caused everything to come crumbling down. Roman's got creative control of his character, and if you wind the clock back to Royal Rumble 2022, he couldn't beat Seth. He could beat anyone. Seemingly everyone in his path he could beat with great ease, but
that's his story, bro. That's his story, bro. Is Seth. His story is Seth, and you need to finish that. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
One person had his number. He was reminded of the group he held closest to him and got his closure by destroying Seth with the aforementioned steel chair.
That's a bitch.
He won't allow me to let go.
He won't allow me to let go.
To WrestleMania 40 Night 2 with one.
Man, that was.
He won't allow me to let go.
All of this is just peak, bro.
Peak. You won't allow me to let go.
1,316 days of dominance in the books.
Nah, strong. You gotta be a older motherfucker like this, Rob. And say you won't allow me to let go. A decade later
hadn't healed, and the ghost of Seth Rollins came back, costing Roman everything. It's not like a decade beforehand this was the end game, that Roman would have this historic title reign and it would come to an end in this fashion. But the company went back and they made the connect to things that had happened in the past. The complexity of the Tribal Chief character also comes down to this new iteration, the original Tribal Chief. When he came back, everyone was under the assumption that because of the circumstances, he would be a de facto good guy. But Reigns himself said that he wasn't a changed man. He's got a lot of the same tendencies, checking up on materialistic.
That is something that I like that they did, bro. He came back, but this nigga has still not learned the error of his ways. I think it was a brilliant call for them to keep that in there, so that there's still more to build on. We still building him to the baby face that we want to see out of him, the good Roman. This is a king at the end of the day. He's trying to be the best Samoan wrestler. Like story-wise, he's not even thinking he's done wrestling. Like he's just cementing his story. And so far his story is surpassed The Rock so many times. Yeah. His story has surpassed The Rock 50 times and 50 times over. Story. Not The Rock as a character. The Rock as a character, I understand. People glaze it. But if you're talking story-wise, he's conquered that nigga. Yeah. In so many ways. Now, what I will say, to your point, Qui-Gon, depending on how they do this final ball sheet, The Rock might rise up right there with him. Because that sheet with Cody, and when him coming out at that pre-show, and showing look up. You see that fucking big ass tree with all the bloodlines. The way that his character is now, has depth. It's more than just Hollywood Rock.
Look who had to bring that out.
Yeah.
Roman.
Yeah.
I had to bring out Rock best character. So you bought out Rock best character. You bought out Sami Zayn best character. You bought out Kevin Owens best character.
Yeah.
You bought out Jay's best character.
Drew.
Can we go? We can keep listing them.
Drew.
Sound like I'm glazing this nigga right now, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. When you've been on top that long for 4 years, all of this.
Yes, I'm a Chicago Bears fan. Fuck you. CM Punk.
Items instead of helping out his family that comes to his aid. He can't automatically become a good guy. He needs a chapter of healing. He was the one who broke up twins and went about things the wrong way. He owes the family an apology to prove that he's not the same man. The arc of Roman getting the
You
band
went
back
too
together
far.
could go one of two ways. Either the whole thing is yet another master plan with Roman showing his good side to gain back sole possession as the tribal chief, but continuing
Look at
to
Jimmy, go
manipulate, or a complete 180.
Get Jimmy, go back.
Either the whole
Look at
thing
Jimmy.
is yet another master plan with Roman showing his good side to gain back sole possession as the tribal
What y'all
chief,
talking about?
but continuing to manipulate,
I
or
love
a
Jimmy.
complete 180 of who the
Oh my
character
God.
is and showing that he has changed. If you really break down things and look at all the subtle little pitfalls the character has, you see just how complex it is. Roman thought that making people fear him was the way to go, and now maybe the character will learn what respect and
That's how you
love
put
can
that one
actually
up.
do. What we're witnessing is
People
Roman's
don't be knowing.
journey
Nah,
through
pause it.
conflict
Look,
and how he faced
people
it
don't
with
be
brute
knowing
violence.
how to put the one up, right?
Yeah.
You just don't. No, you gotta. That motherfucker.
Yeah, like how the Rock does his shit. You
Like,
gotta.
yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna change how people do shit in wrestling. That's what Blackout doing. We gonna change shit around here. You motherfuckers think y'all could just do anything. Nah, it's that way, nigga. Not just motherfuckers just be pointing at the sky like this. Motherfuckers be back. While Roman looking at you. See Roman face? Yeah. Yeah, look.
You ain't do it right. You gonna acknowledge me, right?
Yeah. Hey, Patreon. We gonna talk about it.
Yep. Coming soon.
Let's go. Quick play.
Violence, the challenge that he's faced in his WWE career, and now maybe he's coming out of it on the other end.
There is only one man on earth
Let's talk about it.
who is uniquely suited to be your shield.
Looking back
Roman
at the road
is
to
easy.
WrestleMania 40, what's the
Oh my
line
God, he
that
like Green
everyone
Goblin.
was speculating over? It was when Seth told Cody that he was the only person uniquely suited to be his shield. Did this mean that he was going to turn on him? Did this mean he was going to save him? It ended up being that Seth would sacrifice literally everything to destroy what.
That's a beautiful story, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, he demised his old self.
Yeah.
And he wanted to aspire to be Cody. I mean, not to be Cody, but to save Cody from his past mistakes, from not saving Roman, from backstabbing Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And he created Roman.
Yep.
How you feel about that?
Seth has always, ever since the Shield, he's always had good storylines. Whether he was the fake saint to this dancing jigaboo now, despite the
Oh my God.
despite the wives, the wives' clothes.
We keep it real on Blackout, y'all.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Hey, Drew said it. Roman said it. Everybody knows he dresses in his wife's clothes. But yeah, Seth has always had good stories, bro. So
I love you, Seth, dog. You're a Bear fan.
he is a Bears.
Hey, I love you, dog. I'll meet you one day.
He is a Bears fan, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a Bear fan. But yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
After all, if you look back to the earliest days of Seth Rollins' world title reign, he made it abundantly clear that he hated everything about Roman's championship reign. He hated that he wasn't a fighting champion. He hated how he won his matches. He hated that he was the champion that everyone held in high regard.
Because you never was that.
Mm-hmm.
You that's the reason why you hate it so much. Because you created a beast that conquered the whole fucking village. And when you Vikings, hey, Patreon. But look, you Seth, that the moral of the story is don't backstab a nigga. Cause there will be a butterfly effect and shit will come back and fuck you up. What is it called? Karma, nigga. And that's what happened. So yeah.
If you remember when Cody was about to pick Roman for Mania, Seth talked about how the other title, Roman's title, was for posers and frauds and people who politic their way to the top. Now listen to this. A few weeks later, the same night that he told Cody that he would be his shield, he said this.
You wanted to take everything from him, and deep in my soul, I felt that.
In the same promo, he said that the man Roman Reigns is partly his fault, but he could have never imagined the monster that he unleashed.
I didn't
Seeing
realize
inside
this,
of Cody
Rob.
that
I
this
didn't
was someone
realize
who
so
would go
much.
to great lengths to do whatever it took to beat
Hold it.
Roman.
I didn't
Considering
realize,
Seth knew
bro,
firsthand after
that
seeing Rhodes compete
Seth's
with a
story
Torpec a few
was so deep rooted at that moment because The Rock showed up. And you know what? The Rock took from his story.
What?
Just him showing up, The Rock showing up and being like, I'm taking over now. And Seth didn't like that, but it kind of added to Seth's story too. But I didn't look at Seth's story as a main story. It was a sad story. So I treat it as a sad story. You know, I only care a little bit about it and it got to hit me. But if it was the main story, I would have felt way different about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying Rock did a bad job. See, this was some WWE reactors and reels. We ain't gonna come for people. If we do come for people, we come for people's neck. But peace. So some people just like can't decipher what's bad and what's good. Sometimes this could be an in-between. And sometimes both sides can do good. How about that? You internet. All right.
Now that's called good storytelling. When you don't
know
know
what I'm
which
saying?
to pick, when both sides are done right, both sides are done wrong, that's good storytelling. And
Good storytelling.
you know, not everybody is there. You know,
AEW.
not everybody's there on that wave. Oh gosh, not everybody's there on that wavelength. You know,
As soon as I say AEW, I'll splash some shit in my eye. Fuck you, AEW. Dude, the Stone Cold on y'all there.
And Dynamite, be careful.
Dude, I blur that out.
But
Me putting a middle finger on
that he
that.
had the one tool that no one else did.
I
So
wondered
he
that.
stood side by side with Cody. Earlier, I said it's interesting to
I hated
speculate
that
on
outfit.
some of the
Oh my
marks.
God.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that was so
assume that he's
bad.
got a mega match with CM Punk lined up
That's
come
whatever.
WrestleMania 41. But after that, in the grand scheme of things,
Mm.
why would Seth Rollins, the man who did it all and lost it all, let Cody Rhodes go? He teamed up with the one person he went out of his way to beat with his body barely clinging on. Plus, there's an unresolved final chapter with Reigns and Rollins. These two examples are well linked to each other, but then you come to the most
on.
compelling character of the WWE calendar in 2024.
I prayed for this and it happened.
Yes,
I prayed for this and it
Drew
happened.
Drew
I prayed for this
McIntyre
and it happened. Yeah.
is the
That's how
superstar.
Drew chant. Drew.
Is the superstar of 2024, superstar of the year.
Easily. Rock gave that nigga a
now
sword.
listen, a lot of people saying,
What?
a lot of people are pulling for
And what?
Jey
And
Uso.
what? Oh.
A lot of people are pulling for Jay.
You go ahead and say something to that, because I already got what I got to say to that. I'm not no.
In my
Hey, I'm gonna give
opinion,
it to nigga straight up.
The Punk and Drew feud was the best program that happened this entire year.
Thank you, Rob. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. See, we gonna talk for y'all. That's what we gonna do.
Now, whether people want to count the whole like Rock, Roman, Cody, Cody winning earlier this year, if you want to count that in as this year, then that's obviously the best. But I count that in as last year, coming into this year. This
What did you
year,
say? What did you say?
like The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, like that technically started building in 2023. It just ended in 2024.
It got kind of uninterested at the end, and Drew McIntyre, arguably, they kind of, did good right after it. Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah.
Drew. I'm a Drew fan, bro.
Sometimes
for
you
me.
become what you set out to destroy. This is the story of Drew McIntyre, a man who fell into the trap of
Mr.
hypocrisy
Crash
and
Out
over the course
himself.
of a few months became a reflection of everything he despised. Imagine
Big.
chasing a career-defining moment and losing, then getting another shot and losing, then losing again. You'd start to wonder, is your way
And
of
winning
going
it,
about
then
things
losing.
what's really holding you back? Clash at the Castle in front of his friends and family, he suffered the biggest loss of his career, and the reason he lost was because of Solo Sikoa.
He never got his
And
big
that
get
would
back
be
for
his
that.
villain origin story. Jey Uso made the move to Monday nights, and when you look at things from the perspective of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, Jey was the good guy in the story, just trying to make his family proud, trying to forge his own identity.
So technically, Drew, I know Drew is heel, so he's gonna do heel shit. But Jay and him are on the same side, technically. But it's a new Roman. Oh, they are on the same side. So why is he attacking Jay then?
Because I guess he linked back up with Roman.
See, nah, that's the shit I don't like. He should have left Jay alone. Jay should have got left alone, and it should have just been him. But you know, it is what it is. It's cool.
Every single turn, Drew is manipulated.
Is very
but to Drew, Jay was public enemy number one because he was once a part of the bloodline. Drew, while not a full-out bad guy, was starting to show hints of frustration, while guys like Cody, who also lost because of Uso, saw him as a changed man. Drew didn't. Cast your mind back to 2020. Who was the guy that cost him his champion versus champion match at Survivor Series?
Pause it.
Jay had to win back.
I love Cody Rhodes' theme song. I was about to make a mistake and say Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes' theme song. But I love it. But him right now as a champion is getting bored, and I like what they doing with Kevin Owens. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. But I want to see. I want to see Ring of Honor. Oh no, like Raw.
Yeah,
you should be over there.
I'm one of the people who are of the other opinion. I think his reign has been fine. Just because he got a little stale, it doesn't take away anything from me. I still like what he's doing in the matches that he's put on. He's done the best work. He's done the best with what he's got, but his next evolution is definitely going to be that heel turn that's going to be coming. So low period. Yeah. I still enjoy it. I enjoy this babyface Cody Rhodes, but I understand the sentiments, and I'm looking forward to Homelander. That's all I gotta say.
Got any Cody videos in the comment section? Go on and let us know.
The trust of a lot of guys in the locker room, but Drew was a guy he just could not win over. Listen to this line from Michael Cole.
He's thinking about it.
After everyone who wronged him, Drew McIntyre is a bad dude with issues.
Drew McIntyre is a bad dude. Weird considering that for 4 years, Drew had done things the right way. Smile for a smile. You got my back. I got yours. But it's in this time frame where you start to see the complexity of Drew McIntyre throwing his morals completely out the window. Drew, over the next little bit, will continue to tell us what he believes. Not only that the bloodline screwed him out of his moment, but how he believed his moment was always taken away from him. That gave you an avenue into what Drew was truly thinking. You're someone who's had their biggest moment come in front of no one after you did everything in your power to make it back to the WWE. But despite you thinking that the moment will come, it never does. So you stray away from everything that makes you you and chase that moment no matter what. He ended up losing to Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel.
Chasing that
at the same
moment
time,
and
you
keep
saw him
losing.
mixing it up with members of the Judgment Day, who he aligned with heading into War Games. Hypocritical because he was bashing Jay and the Bloodline, only to go on and side with a group causing just as much chaos. It was on this night where CM Punk returned to the WWE after years away, and his hatred for Punk would prove to be his demise. At one point, you could see that Drew was shedding off what he felt onto CM Punk, telling him that he's going to crash and burn because Drew had been consistent, maybe in his mind thinking that he's one injury away from never getting to the mountaintop.
CM Punk arguably took his character to above and beyond, and that's what CM Punk does. You know, CM Punk did shit with Jeff Hardy that took him above and beyond, like he does. That's what great characters do. Randy does it. That's just what great characters do. They boost other characters around them, and that's just go to CM Punk, Chicago.
Yeah, CM Punk.
Covering time. It's covering time. Look at him.
He later proclaimed himself as CM Punk's
shit.
leader.
We should've
Thinking
paused
Seth
that.
Rollins
Yeah.
was the planned
Yeah.
matchup, but at the Rumble, it was
That's
Drew who inadvertently injured
That's
Punk,
hilarious.
going on to take his position as #1 contender. Of course, not planned.
That was crazy.
Now,
I
yet again,
prayed for
Drew
this
had
and
the
it
chance
happened.
to chase
I
the
prayed
ultimate
for this and
moment.
it
Earlier, I
happened.
said that he became what he wanted to destroy. Well, remember how Solo helped Roman win? Solo caused an interference in a McIntyre Rhodes match, and Drew did exactly what he hated others for doing. The textbook definition for hypocrite
Let me
is a
pause it
person who
right now.
claims or
See, this is what I hated about wrestling when I joined into it. It was shit like, so I joined into it at a state where it's like I was 4 years off of wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling out of that PG shit. And I stopped. Rob stayed. I don't know why. But not after PG era. I stopped after the PG era. Actually, PG era ain't that bad. It was after that point when Vince took over and Vince just started doing crazy shit. And then I was like, I'm out of here. I got scared. It's like some goo. I just left it alone. And when I came back, I saw fucking Solo just thumbing niggas. And I was like, what the fuck going on with this nigga? This Umaga looking nigga. And then I saw him, he thumbed Cody, and Cody be like, where you at? Somebody gonna gift that or meme that somewhere. And yeah, so I joined in and I saw that and I was like, what is this trash? What he keep cheating for? I don't like it. But now I know the full story. It's like, oh. So yeah, I just want to get that out. Because I saw him.
So when you came back,
Yeah.
Solo pulled you in. What was this nigga thumbing niggas? Pause. This nigga hitting niggas with
You know
spikes.
what? I would say more like the homies brought me in, but when Solo or Roman's story brought me in because I wanted to know what was. I was intrigued.
Yeah.
I was intrigued. So yeah, they brought me in. All right, we could, but.
Or pretends to have certain beliefs about what is
Damn,
right,
Clayton, what the
but
fuck
who
out of him.
behaves in a way that disagrees
God
with
damn.
those beliefs. Well, once again in this video, WrestleMania 40 proves to be important. In the build-up, Drew consistently told Seth Rollins to focus or else he'd lose it all, considering that he was busy with Rock, Roman, and Cody. And it was because of how beat up Seth Rollins was.
They could do a lot with that story,
helped
Rob.
Drew get the ultimate victory
They can
and
bounce
finally
off so
achieve
much
his
shit.
moment. Drew was correct that his focus was somewhere else, but it was actually Drew who wasn't focused on this.
Yep.
He finally
You know who he
had
is, Rob?
everything
Pause it. For all my Vikings fans, this is Rolo.
Yeah.
He's Rolo, dog.
Yeah,
He's
Rolo.
Rolo.
Yeah.
Patreon Vikings. I'm gonna let y'all know when it happens,
This
but
is
it's happening.
Rolo. This is Rolo, bro.
Yeah, man, dog.
he ever wanted. He finally got his moment, only to take his eye off the prize. Instead of soaking in the biggest moment of his career, he went to show off the title to CM Punk, who ended up being the reason that he lost the championship.
Why you looking at me,
Damian
Nick?
Priest came out to cash in, and that was the end.
Fuck
Punk
him up.
was provoked by McIntyre,
These
making
pictures
this
is
statement
hilarious.
the first time the two met
Yeah.
even more important.
I'm not a demon.
Like comedy at the
When
end.
pushed, I'm Satan himself.
Well, Punk was pushed and over the next little while became the biggest
Pushed
thorn in
out
Drew's
Satan
side that you could
himself.
imagine, costing him every
that's
opportunity,
a fire
making sure he
line.
didn't come anywhere near
Pause
that
it.
title.
That's
And
what I'm
in
gonna start telling niggas, Rob. When pushed, I'm Satan himself, nigga. Don't push me. Don't fucking push me. Don't never push a Chicago nigga.
Cause I'm close to the.
Yeah, don't never push a Chicago nigga. Ask King Von.
the process, Drew multiple
I know
times
Punk know about
over
that.
did things that he proclaimed to be against. And this character wasn't just one of these people who was disrespecting the crowd all the time. During this transformation, he was actually high-fiving fans. He wasn't taking jabs at how awful they were
Good
all
shot
the
at
time.
JD.
His slow change in demeanor made sense.
That
He
big
had
ass head.
justification
Yeah, that was a
for
good
what
shot,
he was
actually.
doing. And if you want to
First
talk
time I
about
liked
guys
him
who
in
have
the shot.
justification for what they're doing,
I should have been on
Damn,
top of the
boom.
world, and instead what I
Let's
got
go. Let's
was
talk
people
about
telling
it.
me,
you don't
Let's talk
deserve to
about
be
it.
the champion. The only reason
I'm
you
starting
won
to
the
love
title
Kevin
is
more and
because of
more.
Triple H.
Wind the clock back to the October
Because it's Triple
13th,
H.
2023 episode of SmackDown.
Let's
Nick
go.
Aldis
Are we
announces
going
that Cody
back?
Rhodes was
Yeah.
instrumental in bringing Jey Uso to Monday nights,
He hitting all
and
the
in
big
exchange,
hitters.
a Raw superstar would come to SmackDown. That ended up being Kevin Owens.
All
And
of
on
these-
Raw, Owens talked about
By the way, all these people that we're seeing in this video, legends, Hall of Famers. That can't be understated. All of these people are Hall of Famers. First ballot, without no questions asked. So for all the people who say, "Oh, this generation WWE is trash," you're not watching the product.
And you know what?
About
It's
how the
Kevin
Raw-
Owens, Roman, Seth, Hall of Famers. Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
locker
No
room
doubt.
didn't want Jay on their show. Owens was
Drew.
visibly upset that Cody brought Jay
Hall of Famer,
over,
yeah.
with him asking Cody
Wait, pause.
why. Why would he?
To me, obviously Drew's gonna go in the Hall of Fame because let's be honest, Rob, the Hall of Fame is become a joke. But
I wouldn't say
they
it's a joke.
they letting untease the motherfuckers. Come on, dog. It's
The people
becoming
that
like
the
a.
people that they let in have made significant
Ali deserves to be in.
steps in the wrestling business.
Ali deserves to be in from what he did back then. That kind of was good. A moment was good, but at the same time, it's like nah. I'm mixed with Ali being in. I'm mixed. I'm very mixed with Ali being in because it's like you wasn't a wrestler and you had a moment. So it's like if we just putting you in because you Ali, I think that's kind of weird. But
I understand that.
it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
I definitely
But
understand that though.
Drew, yeah, the point I was getting with Drew, he needs more. I need more time with his character, and then I'll be because I got a different stage of Hall of Fame. It's like in my what is it called? In my leveling
Mm-hmm.
of Hall of Fame is different from theirs because I just throw their shit away. So Drew, if he can go above and beyond with his character, Rob, man, if he can go beyond with his character, I'm talking beyond with his character, dog. It'll be something special, bro.
Okay.
And I would love him, and he would go to the Hall of Fame. Now let's listen to Kevin Owens.
All right.
He bring over a person who Owens fought wars against? Why would he essentially turn his back on the entire roster by bringing such a disturbance to the room? Cody said that he brought Jay over because he deserved a second chance. In this promo, Sammy, Kevin's longtime best friend, said that Owens takes longer to warm up to people. And you really saw the depth of Kevin Owens, who didn't forgive and didn't forget. Going on to tell Sammy that Jay was the reason he didn't walk out of Elimination Chamber as champion. Jay was also the reason that Cody didn't walk out of WrestleMania as champion. Remembering what had previously happened over the course of years.
Wait, pause
on
it, pause
WWE
it, pause it, pause it.
TV.
Wait,
This-
whoa. Rob, break all that shit down right now. Because it's happening quick.
Oh, well, Kevin's right. Sammy, Roman fought. Jay stepped in. Basic bloodline, she interfered. WrestleMania 39, Hollywood.
Mhm.
They one deed that nigga. He
Which
survived.
was tight.
But
I gotta react to that. It's
he
going on
survived.
Patreon.
He got hit with the spike and then he died. So Jay still had a hand to play in Cody and Sammy, and Kevin is just great at bringing up points. He's great at that, bro.
He's great at
bringing up
that, bro.
points.
I know he had a
He's
dinosaur on
petty
his fucking
bastard.
arm.
Simple
I love
October segment has so much weight to it because Owens tells us something very important. He doesn't trust Jay, but he does trust both Sammy and Cody. Keep in mind, the WWE title is something that's evaded Kevin Owens for so long. And what I believe is the central point of all of this and what makes this so interesting is Kevin Owens at one time was the most sadistic, cold, and calculated version of himself.
I love this
Because
Kevin
if you
Owens.
remember, at one time, he was the prize fighter. I think when
Yes,
you
he
look at this
was.
arc, it's actually quite genuine. It's about Owens trying to be a good person, trying to let go of the evil man that he once was and stick up for his friends. but a variety of factors, including his trust being broken by said friends, is what led him to quote-unquote turning heel. Heading into Bash in Berlin, you saw the slow callbacks to prizefighter Owens, looking at the WWE title just like he did to championships in 2015, thinking about pulling the trigger, but then thinking better of things, giving Cody Rhodes the benefit of the doubt, because I want you all to remember, post and pre-WrestleMania, Kevin was helping Cody fend off the bloodline.
Yeah, he was.
And remember how earlier I said that Sammy said that Owens was slow to trust people? In this, he built a friendship with Randy Orton, someone who in his heyday was just as much of a killer as Kevin Owens was. He let Orton in, he trusted him, and the two shared a bond. Spending all this time fighting that group, you can imagine how someone would feel to see the man that they gave the benefit of the doubt to teaming up with
Randy.
the enemy.
Hold on.
The breaking point came at Bad Blood when Cody teamed with Roman Reigns. And that was it. Kevin.
A lot of people don't like these
vignettes.
These vignettes. I love them.
Yeah,
I love them because it's showing off what they can do with their product, and they're taking it higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's what Derrick Rose said. I mean, Stacey King said with Derrick Rose when he threw the oop and he dunked on Steve Nash, bitch ass. I can go higher. Hey,
a very small number of people remember that.
Don't hurt my feelings. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a Derrick Rose poster. Yeah. But yeah, but I'm gonna get that just for that. I'm gonna get a Derrick Rose poster talking on Steve Nash.
But nah, these vignettes is dope. They're tight. The audio do be a little bit too loud sometimes in them, but they'll adjust it. They'll fix it. But you know,
you mean when they talking like this? What's up, Cody?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, and the freaking mute and the score that they use in the music, so freaking loud.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Me and you, we like films, we like movies, so it gives us that ode to that when they do stuff like this. So it's nice.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Could not see that. This was the final straw before Owens attacked Cody with the show already being off air. This adds to the gravity of it. The first place Owens found Cody, he let it all out. In his eyes, Cody betrayed him after his body took so much punishment to fend off his mortal enemy. This rage also led to him breaking his friendship with Randy Orton, one of the few deep bonds that he shared in the company. When you look at the parallels between Owens and Orton, you really see why this dynamic worked. Two men who share qualities of ruthlessness but have suppressed that in order to become better versions of themselves. Now just imagine how Owens will feel when he sees A, the bloodline with Jey Uso back to its most volatile form on his show, and B, his best friend,
if old Randy comes back, and he brings old Randy out, Kevin's gonna be like, "This is what I want," and he gonna kick that nigga head off.
Yeah,
and Kevin is a genius. He's a genius. He's underrated. I feel like he's fighting for Superstar of the Year too.
Yeah, with this work, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's him and Drew.
Punt season is definitely coming soon. From
he was
Randy
reluctant
Orton.
to go back to pre-WrestleMania 39, back with.
He gon' ban. Wait, he hit Randy with a ban move. He's gonna hit him with the ban move.
Yeah,
I just predicted it.
Yep.
QG predictions. Let's see if that one's right. Or QG.
The group that he's been fighting off for years. Owens' character, much like Drew, is justified with his reasoning. But what about his buddy Randy Orton? Where does that go?
I will always and forever have your back. You know that.
See?
Listen to this simple line from Triple H.
I am not protecting Kevin Owens. I am trying to protect you.
Who knows Randy Orton the best? It's Triple H, the guy who saw Orton.
Wait, damn.
Hold on, let him cook.
Kill every legend in his path. The guy who handpicked Orton to be a part of Evolution. The guy who literally saw one of the most destructive wrestlers of all time. Triple H, now having a different role, says he's protecting Orton from himself.
Yeah. Go ahead.
To pause it on it because I am a big Randy fan. When I say I'm a big Randy fan, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Growing up, watching him, what he did to my Jeff Hardy, I wanted to kill him. That's good character, and that's good character. The fact that Triple said, "I'm protecting you, not from him. He's protecting you from yourself."
Mm-hmm.
And he don't want you to be that guy no more. But Randy gonna look at him. He gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Trip. Nothing you can do."
Yeah.
You gonna RKO Triple H? Just stop.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna touch Triple. He ain't gonna try. He ain't gonna touch. He ain't gonna touch. He ain't gonna. You see, if he RKO Triple H, that's when everything goes haywire.
Yeah.
Like that's when Triple H got to hit his ass with a pedigree. Gotta hit his ass with one pedigree. Come out.
Sledgehammer or something.
Yeah, he got a sledgehammer. See, Triple H, that's the funny thing about it. Triple H ain't got to get in the ring. He ain't got to wrestle. He could just do subtle shit. Hit him with a hammer. That'd be it. So, yeah.
Because he sees that similar to Owens, he's become a good friend and a good person. How this relates to Triple H not letting Randy fight Kevin Owens is maybe he sees Owens as the guy that'll help Randy realize that it was Cody who broke up a bond. Maybe it's Kevin that'll make Orton blood hungry again. Randy and Cody have a history dating back to their time in Legacy, and over the course of Orton's career, he's always been on the pursuit of championship glory. Multiple factors could be in place to have Orton slowly turn on Cody. Remembering his desire to be champion again could be one. Maybe seeing that one of the few friends he had and held in high regard was taken away from him because of Cody. Also seeing that Cody shared a moment with the bloodline at Bad Blood. Orton, another man that's gone through wars with said team.
You don't know what it feels like to have to fight for everything you have.
Freeze?
I agree.
Why?
What he did with the championship earned him his top spot, right? Mm-hmm. So whenever he gets introduced into the top spot.
Oh, give me a minute. Okay. You can talk. Give me a minute.
So whenever he gets introduced into the top spot in the future, people are gonna understand, right? People are gonna know, and they like Damian Priest. Then to be able to bounce off of him losing the championship and what he did with Gunther, being one of the only persons on the main roster to be able to rattle Gunther the way he did, I think it was a great way to capitalize off of when he lost to Gunther. So if they keep this habit of putting him in good stuff and using him in his strengths right, then he has the potential to be really, really, really big. And Damian Priest is definitely a highlight of this year. It's probably one comeback superstar of the year. Probably.
Okay. So before we get into Damian, all right, I want to say my feel on Damian, all right? I don't like Damian. I sound like fucking one of the Robins. but it's not why he choose this photo. First of all, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is a bad photo to choose.
The bisexual Undertaker.
Yeah, no, I'm not, because I feel for Damian. Don't say that. We're not gonna say that on Blackout Wrestling.
It's terrible. The weave is terrible.
Oh man. I didn't even want to get into it. Look. Okay, so
it's there. It's there, bro.
I know the weave. Terrible, right? Damian, you listen to this. If it's a tradition, like, and it's something deep in there, or if it's a WWE decision to do it, I think you should cut that off. I think the character should grow into something where it's like, cut that shit off. Done with this shit. Like, I get that show, Punisher, was it Punisher Martinez or something?
Yeah, Punishment, yeah.
Punisher something. He needs to turn back to that. Punisher Martinez. Turn back to that guy. Because this guy, I'm not afraid of this guy. And you know what's funny? He's 6'5". And I don't think you could do so much. He can wrestle in the ring. He could talk good on the mic when he can, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Like, okay, let's see. That's just how I feel about it, though.
All right.
Let's see what it's.
I do think he does fit in this video with the arc that he's went on throughout this year.
He's had a good year.
His character is upgraded.
He's definitely had a good year.
Before wrapping up, I wanted to take a look at a more simple example of a character growing in the company. Team at Bad Blood. Orton, another man that's gone through wars with said team.
You don't know what it feels like to have to fight for everything you have.
Before wrapping up, I wanted to take a look at a more simple example of a character growing in the company. Damian Priest had one of the most simple yet effective stories in recent times, bringing someone from faction to top star and from bad guy to good guy with a simple premise. If you look back to Damian Priest's time in the Judgment Day, you see a man who is influenced by those around him, wanting to cheat, calling for help, and undermining opponents. After he won the World Heavyweight Championship, he slowly started to ask for Finn and Dom to stay away and let him handle business on his own, gaining confidence in his ability as champion, which was twofold. He started to grow into his own entity, but it made people within the group feel like he had different intentions and didn't care for them anymore. The Priest character was then humanized to a larger scale by using things that actually happened in his life before he fooled. He started to grow into his own entity, but it made people within the group feel like he had different intentions and didn't care for them anymore. The Priest character was then humanized to a larger scale by using things that had actually happened in his life beforehand as the backstory heading into SummerSlam 2024. And sometimes it's very simple. If you quickly want to look by using things that had actually happened in his life beforehand.
There you go. This nigga looks so much better. And you know what's funny? It looks like he wants to be the Undertaker in this. This is like a better Undertaker variation. But this is deeper. Oh, this is what the character that need. Yeah, I just said it. See,
punishment.
QG predictions. They come true.
As the backstory heading into SummerSlam 2024, and sometimes it's very simple. If you quickly want to look at a different example, take Sami Zayn and Gunther into account. That took weeks to build because on the surface, we could say that, yeah, Gunther's not one of these deeply layered characters, but why'd he keep saying no to Sami's challenge for a world title match? Over and over, the guys beat down everyone. Why not give Sami a chance? Well, because at WrestleMania, Gunther started toying with his opponent, took Sami lightly, and that in turn led to the demise of his championship reign.
Fuck whoever wrote that shit. Fuck whoever wrote that shit with Gunther and Sami at last WrestleMania. Whoever wrote that dog shit needs to be shipped off. So go Tom Mobile. And if it was Triple H, you cool, bro. If it was somebody I respect, all right, I'll back off. I'll back off the OGs. But if it's a dweeb that's writer 14, nigga, and that don't know about Gunther's character, Triple H had to okay it. So it must be something coming back that's deep with that story that Triple H had to okay.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts is they really wanted to have that 666 days title reign. They wanted that 666 day title reign. That's my thoughts.
So it's that underlying fear that he masqueraded as Sami not being worthy of having a world championship match. Of course, these are characters and examples that I've cherry-picked, but there's a lot more of these throughout the roster. But you got to pay attention to the subtle hints. Now, not every character has these deep-rooted good and bad guy stories, and I really like that. You need some of those classic wrestling characters. They really cannot die away. You can't have everyone be so deep-rooted because then some don't understand it. If you take a look at things big picture, you see similar characters that have over-marinated and the trigger isn't pulled.
Maxine
Take Chad Gable post-WrestleMania 40, for example. There are some stories that go on for way too long, and there is a such thing as too slow of a slow burn, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have also felt. In any case,
That's the
loyalty,
such thing. I'm glad
jealousy,
he said
betrayal,
that.
wanting
Sometimes
to
it
better
can get too
yourself,
slow.
all of these things have been prevalent in the company and the world of wrestling for many, many years. But in today's WWE, the focus on having deep-rooted characters is more prevalent than ever.
Great video by Super Kick. Great video. What you think?
Thank you, Rob, for giving me that greatness. I didn't think I was gonna witness that, but now since I witnessed it, I loved everything that he said in the video when it came to storytelling, because I always thought that, you know. Good video. What's his name?
Super Kick Studios.
All right, I'm gonna subscribe to you, Super Kicks. I love the video. Great, showing shit.
Bro.
But this, hey, new subscriber, QG, keep making videos for us. What was I finna say? So it's our first video. We got a lot of videos to fucking do. Probably finna do a video after this video. I don't know how many. But yeah, follow us on social media. Blackout Wrestling, our Instagram. It's all gonna be in the description below. Patreon videos. We're gonna be reacting to SmackDown and Raw every day when it comes out. Start to say a schedule. It's gonna be on Patreon. Link is going to be in the description for that. Cheap too. Cheap. Hey nigga, we niggas too. Citizens. We citizens too, nigga. So we understand. $5.99. We got y'all. And the pay-per-views, no, I'm going to 10, because we got y'all. It's our first video though. So shout out to Super Kick. Super Kicks? That's his name?
Super Kick Studio, yeah.
Shout out to Super Kick Studios. This is Blackout Wrestling. And welcome to the Grid Era.
Welcome to the
See you
grid,
next
y'all.
video.
Lock in. You're gonna want to lock in.
See you next video.
Bravo 6, going. Blackout.